Good morning. Welcome to the John Mendola Show here on WILK. We are driven by McCarthy Tire Service, locations in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. Well, another gorgeous Saturday here in northeastern Pennsylvania. Some rain, some clouds. What are you going to do? We'll make the best of it today, that's for sure. The state cross-country championships going on this morning down there in Hershey. So we wish our best to our local athletes here in northeastern Pennsylvania out there competing. Got an opportunity to check out the Holy Redeemer boys and girls cross-country team this week. Earlier in the week, that interview is posted online at thejohnmendolashow.com. Of course, you could follow us online on Twitter. You could do it at John Mendola Show, like us on Facebook or Instagram. And then, of course, you can check us out our YouTube channel, The John Mendola Show. We're going to talk some high school football today, some college soccer. Misericordia University and Wilkes University, they're going to be going at it a little bit later. But first up, we're going to talk some high school soccer this morning, and the Wyoming area girls in studio with us, along with their coach, Nikki Sikowski. And Coach, welcome in this morning.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations. Not much of a voice left after a big win this past week.
You got it. It was totally exciting. I couldn't even explain it. I'm still on a little high, and I think I'll be on there for a little while.
Let's talk about the league and the games this year. And, you had a lot of players back this year. We knew that, but the competition was awfully fierce in the Wyoming Valley Conference. A lot of good soccer this year. So take us through what the year was like there at WA.
Absolutely. We started off really well. We knew coming in that we had a good team, so that wasn't even a question of it. It's just a matter of pulling everything together. We had our highs, and then we had a little low in the middle of the season where we had 3 straight games where we let the losses come in, and then we regrouped, and we got back together, and it was just the right time. And we had some good results.
Talk about after the losses, whether it's a more of a mental thing, some physical stuff, some slight adjustments. Was it a big adaptation, or was it just like, hey, this is our time. We need to get ready for these playoffs, and anything can happen at this point?
I think the biggest thing, it was mental. It's a long season. We've been playing together for a long time. You have 24 girls, including a female coach. You spend a lot of time together, and it gets a little rough for a while. But, the team pulled it back together mentally, and we knew we had to be ready for Holy Redeemer, and we wanted this. We set goals in the beginning of the season, and reality is we knocked them all off this year, and I'm very proud of these girls.
Yeah, and the competition there, Holy Redeemer and Lake Lima. So take us through the playoffs. And when the seedings come out, they use this PowerPoint system, and didn't matter if you're the boys or the girls. You're like, wait, how does this work? And who's this? And how does this matchup happen? In the end, you got to play it.
Right. It was confusing in the beginning because the point system changed every time somebody won, somebody lost. And the reality is some of these teams were based off of 12 games, and we were based off of 18 games. So it could have gone either way. Knowing Holy Redeemer was going to be important, we went in there hard, and we were just hoping to get that 1-2 seed. We got the 2nd seed. We were happy. And reality, going into those games, I'm glad we had those harder bracket to start with, because I think it prepared us for that final game more.
Well, how about the championship game against Lake Lehman? Take us through what that atmosphere was like, and, of course, a very tight game.
I can honestly say I was petrified the whole time. I held my breath the whole game. I knew we could play well. I knew if we stuck to our game plan. Coach Chad and I had been racking our brains trying to take away every scenario that we could. Realistically, we needed to take those top 2 out. And defensively, our back 4 slammed it. And it was amazing. Our defense as a team from front to back, we held it. Got a little scary at the end, but I knew they were going to push everybody up. But we held our ground, and we just proved ourselves. It wasn't a fluke. I've heard these other teams say that it was, and we knew it was not a fluke. We were going to go in and win this.
Well, you look at the structure, what Lake Lehman had. They had an element of toughness.
Oh, absolutely.
They had some fast players, are strong in goal, good defenders. They have other girls who could score. But in the end, you have all those things as well.
Absolutely. They're a good team. I won't take that away from them. We knew going in that it was going to be tough. But reality was most of those goals were scored by those 2 top girls and then their center mid. So we just wanted to shake that down, and we have the defensive skills to do it. We just had to pull it together as a team.
Let's talk about having a district championship there at Wyoming area. Has to feel pretty darn good for that girls soccer program.
Oh, I can't wait to see it go up on the banner. I can't believe it. It's one of those things. It was such a high dream, and we all had it in our heads that it could happen. But to actually physically see it, I think I slept with the plaque the night of that.
A little uncomfortable, but it's okay.
Didn't matter.
we're going to get to the girls. We're going to take a little time out here. We'll get back. We'll talk with the three young ladies that representing Wyoming area, as our coach Nikki Sikowski is with us here on the John Mendola Show. We're also going to talk a little bit of high school football today. Steve Jervis from Lackawanna Trail is going to join us. So we'll talk about what the Lions are able to do against Old Forge last night, and some other high school football coaches as well. Big soccer matchup here locally in the college end. Wilkes and Misericordia University. That is a 5 o'clock start today out in the back mountain. Hopefully the weather will cooperate with us just a little bit by the time that comes out. We're going to take a time out. Let's head out now to our local State Farm insurance agent, Jeremy Baczynski. Break like a good neighbor. Jeremy Baczynski is there. We'll be back on WILK. Welcome back to the John Mendola Show on WILK. 10:12 in the morning it is. And, of course, we'll work our way up towards about 10:20. Well, we're probably going to check in with Steve Jervis from Lackawanna Trail. Again, their victory last night over Old Forge. And the weather wasn't too kind to our football coaches and fans and the band and the cheerleaders, the whole 9 yards last night. And let's get back over and talk Wyoming area girls soccer. Nikki Sikowski is with us. And, Coach, the weather this year has kind of tough for everybody, but whether you're playing on grass or turf, did that matter a whole lot for you there at Wyoming area?
It did for us a lot. We lost 3 home games this year because of that. Not physically lost the games, but we had to play away. And that's a big deal when you give away your home field advantage.
Let's talk about the next step here for the state playoffs. So you're still trying to figure out who's coming up next as far as the next opponent?
Well, it looks like it's going to be either Midwest and Lewisburg. They play today at 2, and I'm taking a trip down to go see what they do.
All right, very good. Well, we wish you a safe trip, and hopefully the weather cooperates with you a little bit.
Thank you.
Sydney Johnson, Aaliyah Cranston, and Lauren Kelly are all with us today. Talk about the leadership out of these three this year, and what they've been like for this team, and trying to get everybody to buy in and be on the same page.
You can't go through a season without leaders. Otherwise, it's just chaos. And I knew that from the beginning, too. If you don't have good leadership and, people don't step up and fill those roles, your team can fall apart pretty fast. So when you have some good leaders to come together and bring everybody back, it sets the stage.
All right, let's welcome in Sydney Johnson here on the John Mendola Show. And Sydney, you and I have talked a couple times now, and let's talk a little bit about the last few weeks of the season. You feel like this team's peaking at the right time?
Yeah. It's insane how well we've been doing this season.
Talk about your role on the team and what you bring to Wyoming area girls soccer.
Well, I just play by the motto of being together, and everything is for my team.
How about some players that have been playing well there all season long for you at Wyoming area, and take us through the girls that just keep getting the job done?
Carly Uhas, she's our center defender, and she played her position the whole year. Like, she knew exactly what to do the whole games. And Abby Otsko, she's outside back, and she's also super fast and aggressive, and that's what we need on the team.
Talk about the intensity and what the atmosphere was like there against Lake Lehman. Obviously, you get to this point in the year, and it's a shame only one team out of District 2 comes through in your classification. It happens to be you this year, which is awesome. But how intense was that feeling?
The intense was definitely there. All I knew is that our whole team wanted it, and we played with our hearts the whole game.
And talk about as the game was getting later and later, and girls able to score and get that one up, and then try not to give one up.
Yeah, Leah Cranston, luckily she got it in in the first 11 minutes, was it? And from there we just tried to play our game, not give up any dumb mistakes.
All right, Sydney. Well, congratulations on an awesome year. Good luck in the state playoffs.
Thank you.
All right, let's get over to Aaliyah Cranston. We've spoke with her before. Very good student in the classroom and a very good soccer player, able to score all season long this year. Aaliyah, talk about that ability to put the one in against Lake Lehman.
That play didn't start with me. It started all the way in the back, probably with our keeper, Lauren Kelly, and then she distributed it to the defense. And I think Sydney McGuire got the ball to Christina Costco, and Christina Costco, me and her, we have really good chemistry this year. And I knew she was going to send me the ball, so I just took off. She sent it to me. It was a beautiful ball. I took a touch around the keeper, and I just put it in.
Awesome to hear. Oh, let's talk about the the feeling for you and what the fans were like and the whole atmosphere there taking on Lake Lehman?
It was crazy. I mean, we had a big student section there. They had a big student section there. All of our families were there. It was really hype all game. Towards the end of the game, it was getting a little chippy between, the girls on the field and the parents and stuff. But, we were able to keep our heads, maintain and win the game.
The district championship feeling, it's got to feel really good there at Wyoming area. Talk about being able to bring this first one in.
It's definitely crazy. It's unbelievable that my senior year, we could pull out with a district championship and go to states. It's kind of just like hard work pays off. Me and my two seniors right here, we've been working hard since we were freshmen. And that's one of our mottos, to hard work pays off. If you want something, you have to go work for it. And also, we just played together as a team all year, and that's why we won.
Let's talk about that competition you're able to face. And, you go up and down the division. The coach had kind of mentioned that over, some teams in the Lackawanna Conference maybe played less of a schedule, not necessarily competition-wise, but maybe less games. Getting all those games in, get a feel for a team on grass, a team on turf, this type of team, a physical team, a fast team. In the end, hopefully it all works out because you're the district champs.
Yeah, definitely. I like a longer season with the 18 games because, we play some weaker teams but some tougher teams, and the tougher teams definitely help prepare us for the district playoffs. So when we had crossover games with the Lackawanna League, we played some good teams from up there. Abington Heights, they were pretty good, and definitely all those reps, game in and game out, definitely helped us for the district.
Let's talk about your coach and her preparation with you and saying, hey, I not just need to do some leadership on my end, but I need the players to buy in and have the senior leadership. That was an important role for you and something that all three of you seemed like you kind of took it in and said, okay, we could do this.
Definitely. Both of our coaches, Coach Nikki and Coach Chad, they put in a lot of extra time behind the scenes that nobody sees, and we can't thank them enough as a team collectively. And, they go out and they scout teams. They do all the extra work. They watch game films, and all their preparation, it pays off in the end when we go out there and execute it on game day.
You go back to, I'm sure there's moments you must have had those reflections in the night when you're getting the medal around your neck and thinking that first time you started playing with soccer and then you started playing travel soccer. Take us through some of the memories that you had as a young soccer player and then capping it as a district champ.
It's definitely been a crazy ride, but it's been well worth it. I started playing at such a young age, and you win the county cup and things back then, and then as you get older, you start watching high school soccer, and you see all the girls succeeding, and you're like, I want to be like that one day. So to end my senior year with a district championship, I couldn't ask for more from my teammates.
All right. Well, congratulations on the championship, Aaliyah, and the best of luck in the next game.
Thank you.
All right. That is Aaliyah Cranston here on the John Mendola Show. Let's get over to Lauren Kelly. And Lauren, let's talk about, for you, what the feeling was like.
Honestly, it was just overwhelming. From going from winning the county cup when we were younger to getting a medal at the end of this game was just crazy. I mean, I couldn't be thankful enough for everybody that supported us throughout the season, especially my teammates for giving me my best senior year.
And how about the defense in front of you? Talk about how they stepped up. Lake Lehman had a lot of firepower, and Holy Redeemer had a lot of firepower. Those are two offensive-oriented teams. How did the defense step up, and how did you play and step up as well?
I mean, in Holy Redeemer, I definitely did not play my best game, and they had my back, and that's what we always say to each other is I have their back, they got my back, and we'll play together no matter what we have to go through. And in Lehman, everybody stepped up. We played to our fullest potential. We played together. Honestly, our defense played the best game of our lives. We thought we could do this in the beginning, and when we ended it, we definitely did, and we did everything we possibly could to make sure that we got that W.
Let's talk a little bit about your coaches and pushing you and being able to prepare you the best you could and scouting teams and knowing teams' tendencies and different things like that. Talk about what that experience was like.
Coach Nikki really works with me probably the most because she was a goalkeeper in college, and she warms me and Sydney Kushka up. She talks to us and makes sure that we have solid hands, that we know our angles, that we're going to dive to the right balls, that we know to take that step or to maybe kick it out of bounds or to catch it or throw it or to do whatever we possibly can. And I honestly couldn't be thankful enough for all the time she's put into me in the off season and in this season. And Coach Chad's definitely supported me along the way since I was little and practically taught me how to be a goalkeeper when I was young.
Well, it's a good feeling, and there's a lot of memories for all of you. And you guys get to take a step, unknown waters here. The state playoffs, anything can happen. You could get on a run here, but it's definitely a one-game approach, and you don't know even who your next opponent's going to be. But talk about what you think the work ethic is going to be like between now and the start of the playoffs, I think, Tuesday.
Honestly, our work ethic, I think, is going to stay the same since we started districts. We've been giving the time that we need and putting in all that extra effort at practices and taking it really serious because you practice like you play, and that's what we go by. And I think that all the girls are going to give their best efforts at practice. I definitely know that the 3 seniors are, and our coaches are not going to they're going to hold us to what our potential possibly is.
Well, congratulations on the job that you did, Lauren, and we wish you the best going forward.
Thank you.
All right, let's get back over to the head coach, Nikki Sikowski, here on the John Mendola Show, Wyoming Area Girls Soccer. Coach, the game planning is you see the team today, you start putting that in. I'm sure they'll probably get some practice in tomorrow, Monday, and then you're ready to go. And a game here in northeastern Pennsylvania, correct?
Yes, actually, we go down to Columbia County, I believe we're going to be doing, and because it's our turn this year. Go see that game, see what they have, based on us, but we can't change anything major. We've got to go with what's worked for us, and we'll just tweak it like we did the other day. My college coach did that to me. He said, just tweak what you know. Make those little changes. It'll help change everything.
All right. Well, congratulations. Appreciate you bringing the ladies in today, and the best of luck there.
Thank you so much.
All right. The Wyoming Area Lady Warriors girls soccer team, they're the District 2 champs, so congratulations to them. We're going to talk some high school football. We're going to talk some college soccer as well. So we'll get it all going here on the John Mendola Show. You can check us out online. It is thejohnmendolashow.com. You can subscribe to us on YouTube at the John Mendola Show. And, of course, we have WILK's women's hockey coming up today. You can check that out. We'll have the play-by-play for that. They take on a team from the Rochester area. It's called Nazareth. So Nazareth takes on Wilkes today. That is going to be a 3:30 start. You can check that out over on the GoWilksU.com website. We come back here on the John Mendola Show. We'll talk more local sports. Let's take a time out and head out to our local State Farm insurance agent, Melissa Walter. Break like a good neighbor. Melissa Walter in the Back Mountain is there. We'll be back on WILK.